Hello and welcome everybody to the number 13 Phantom Clash tournament sponsored by Illuvium. We're gonna kick it off. We are in the grand finals with our 8 finalists. And we are gonna send it in just a minute. So our 8 finalists, maybe I can bring them on screen. There we go. It's a little bit of a different setup today, a little bit of a different player pool than we usually see in our tournaments. By the way, we are streaming on Twitch and Twitter, so feel free to pick your poison. But our final 8 players are Amafishy, who has just recently joined Illuvium. I think he's one of the greatest Dota Underlords players, and yeah, he came from there and he has just played a few tournaments so far, has been doing very well, and this time he went straight into the grand finals alongside Wolverine, Texan from Hype, Ahmad Hass from Ola, I believe. We got Lemko from Atlas, Sota from Hype, Not Complain in here as well. I think that's also a new face. And then we got Nareba, also from Ola. Really, really good setup, really good team right here, really good contestants, ready to battle it out. All the streams are live, and we are gonna go live in a second with them. The players should start in just a minute. So yeah, it has been a little bit of a different qualifiers today, a little bit of a different pre-rounds, quarterfinals and semifinals, because today we don't see Fox Spirit. Today we don't see Slicks. Our usual 2 top contenders in the tournaments, especially Slicks, I think by far the person with the most tournament wins and with the most tournament earnings, has not made it through the quarterfinals. Today he made it through the quarterfinals, but not through the semifinals. A tiebreaker decision decided against that, and he was in a tiebreaker with Hass and also with Texan. They all had the same points, but Texan and Hass both had a win in this semifinal, so they won the tiebreaker and moved on to the grand finals. So yeah, I can't even remember a tournament where we haven't seen Slicks. I feel sorry for him, but also I feel happy for everybody who made it into the grand finals, and it's gonna be a very interesting one. All right, our players are sending it. They're starting the game right here. We're gonna remove the spreadsheet, the tournament page. And there we go. Let me know in chat what's up. Welcome everybody. I haven't seen you guys in a while. I haven't been streaming as much as I want to. But I've been working on my game as I've been doing for the last 6 months. And I was finally able to release the private alpha to the community. So yeah, if you're keen to trying the Drone Stone game, a TCG game set in the Illuvium universe, reach out. I have a lot of keys to give out, and we have already invited a bunch of players from the community. So yeah, I wanted to plug our beautiful Illuvium TCG that we have been developing over the last half a year, and we're finally able to show it. Maybe I'm gonna be able to play a little trailer later on between the games. Alrighty. Alright, again, we got Wolverine, Hass, Nareba, Atlas, Hype, Sota, Texan, Amafishy, and Not Complain. Great players all around, and we're gonna see how it goes. Let's find someone with the best streaming quality. I don't think it's the Brazilian guys from Ola, but it might be Sota right here. That looks pretty good. Maybe we can also find one with some in-game sounds. Let me check that. Ah, there we go. It was on my end. Alrighty. Should be at a good level. And we are ready to enjoy this beautiful grand finals right here. Let's see what we got. We are playing in Crimson Wastes. Which means if you take damage, you take more damage, I believe. Don't quote me on this. I'm not 100% certain on every single region, but I'm pretty sure this means if you lose, you take more damage, which means this is gonna be a faster game. It's kind of the opposite to what Brightland Steppes region is with the 130 HP, which is usually a very long game. So here we're gonna have a very short game. We have Tech and we have Sota versus I'm a Fishy right here. Sota positioning his links to the right side with a decent augment on it as well, doing double true damage, killing the enemy links, but I'm a Fishy is playing double links and there's still one alive, which is stuck on a Doka, and it's all about the links that stands the longest usually wins the game. And that happened for Sota right here. GG, Sota stays on his win streak. Both on level 3, so they didn't push a lot of economy into this. Sota still on 17 gold, or credits, as we call them. He's going for the Scion Fire weapon. Interesting choice. You can make Phantom happen, you can make Wildfire happen right there. You can make Harbinger happen. So there's definitely a lot of choices. Maybe he wants to make the stage 2 links happen. Let's see about that. And let's also swap over to other players and see what they are playing currently. So we got Taxon here with the Earth Empath weapon. Usually you take this if you're going somewhat into an Earth build, but you can also play other things around it. So maybe he's gonna play 7 Earth into focusing on Granites or focusing on the classic mud. 4 mud build. We're gonna see about that. Let's keep switching, check out everybody's weapons. We got Wolverine right here with the small health buzz. I've seen this before. I still don't know if it's a bug or a feature, but I like it. Gives you so much more vision off the battle board. So he's playing, well, in spectator mode maybe it's not the best, but soon, by the way, on the test net right now, on the test environment of Illuvium, you are able to play the new patch, which already has spectator mode integrated in it. So hopefully this is gonna be the last tournament where we have to do Discord spectating. But yeah, the quality of our streamers is really good. I think it's the Scion water weapon, the blaster, which is really good, right? You can play Harbinger around that. You can involve it into Invoker. He also has the Invoker emblem, which is super lucky, right? So everything is playing out really well for Wolverine right here with the double Invoker in round number 5 already. So that's huge. So damage-wise, you're good. You just need to survive now. So for me, it's a little bit surprising that he's playing double links on Invokers, right? You already have enough damage. I would rather see those 2 Bulwarks right here, the Grocco and the Atlas, even if they are a low stage. I think it would just provide the tankiness he needs, but because we can see it right here, if the Lynx doesn't have anyone to tank for him, it's not going to work out. But the Heady right here is still standing strong, so that might be enough, but it won't be because Not Complain right here also has a Ranger and a Flish, and the enemy lasers were just stronger. I don't know if triple Bulwark would have made a difference, but definitely the double links didn't really work out with the Invoker. But here he finds a lot of stage 2s, and definitely he would have wanted those a little bit earlier, but he's gonna be on a good way from now on. Let's keep spectating, let's keep checking out what other people playing. Not Complain, I don't know if this is a rename or a new player coming into the ecosystem. Definitely nice to see new names up there. We gotta tell him that's his stream. I don't think it's working. Gonna keep flicking a little bit. Nareba from Brazil, also probably having a hard time reaching my European servers. I don't know how that works in the background. We're gonna talk to the players. We do want to have everybody streaming for also fair play. But we also give the players the benefit of the doubt. And if we see them streaming in here, but it's just not really coming all the way to us, it is what it is, right? Alright, we got Lemko versus Nareba here. Nareba playing a Empath Scion build with some Bulwarks, so he pushed a lot of level to be level 5. Lemko is also level 5. And no chance for Lemko here. There's also an Ador, but he only has 20 gold. So Lemko is not really looking good. He's on the bottom of the current 8 players health-wise, and he only has 28 health now. He finds an upgrade, which is going to help a lot. but definitely looking a bit tough here for Lemko in the early phases of our grand finals in the Phantom Bounty. No, it's not a bounty hunt anymore. It's the Phantom Gauntlet Clash. Number 13. We have been hosting those tournaments for a while now. I think over a year. Because I remember a year ago, I was also doing a Gauntlet Clash. So yeah. Has been a long time coming. And the competitive scene of Illuvium is just around the corner. Which will bring a big world championship. So I cannot reveal too much. And I don't want to reveal too much. Because we have not decided on all the details yet. But myself and Aaron and other tournament organizers from Hype and Wildfire and so on are all together trying to figure this out, and also with the help of Kieran. And yeah, I can reveal that there is going to be a big, very likely, right? Take it always with a bit of grain of salt. Nothing is 100% confirmed, but we're very likely going to get a big championship this year, and hopefully we can reveal all the details for that very soon. So stay tuned for that. This is all just warm-ups, right? We have been doing warm-up events, grassroots community building events for over a year now with all the other tournament organizers. And we're soon, most likely, gonna close in onto a final Season 1, I would call it, competitive structure, which will end in a big tournament. I still hope in person. That would be my dream that I've set myself for a long time now, that I would like to be part of a big tournament, in-person tournament. You know, what we have seen with Parallel in Vegas. I would love to be part of that. Sometimes I think I want to be a player, but I don't know. I think we need hosters, casters more than players, so that's probably the thing I'll have to do. But we'll see about that. Anywho, let's keep watching here. Wait, I didn't really see what Amafish is playing. He wishes I didn't swap back because he's having a tough time here. We have a double cast from the Lynx coming in. Almost able to one-shot the whole enemy team, but there's just a few more units alive. Those casts came in a little bit too late, and Texan takes the win here versus Amafishy. Let's go over to Amatas. But Amafishy, by the way, has already 2 stage 2 Lynxes. So once he gets that stage 3 Lynx, that's definitely going to be a huge power spike for him. Now we're going to look at Mr. Haas right here, which by the way means something very different than it probably means in his German, in his language than in my language. But yeah, that's just his name. At first I was confused. Why do you call yourself Hass? Which is a German word, but it's very likely just his name. Anywho, he's playing Fire, Earth, Rogue, Fighter, Templar, Bulwark, a very diversified composition right here. Everything a little bit. Gets the Templar through the Emblem and the Ranger, and he's looking into getting also maybe a Fur Knight to get another Templar and a Ray evolves right here into stage 2, which would give him 4 Templars, unlocking an extra bonus once you hit the 4 threshold with the composite class synergies. But all these players don't have sound, and it feels like we're a little bit of a vacuum chamber, so we're gonna swap back to Sota, where we started off, and see how he has been going. He has again the Fire Scion weapon right here, a Kuka, and the Lynx still on the board, which he's going to be very happy about. The Lynx going onto this hugely shielded Fleece right here. We see the augment right here, stage 3 shield on Omega power. So 100% of the Omega power of the units is going to be a shield, a starting shield for the units, which ends up for this Fleece being more than half shield. We have the same right here with Sota, so he has the same augment. It's definitely a preferred augment by the players. And we see as soon as you have a lot of Omega power, like those 2 Scion units right here, you have a big shield going with that. It's very guaranteed value, right? That's, I think, why they like it. Because this shield is always gonna work. It's not something that has specific conditions where it works better or less. Like buffing a random tier 5 unit. And then you cannot play as Scarabog, because then it will maybe take away the buff of your foe and stuff like that, right? Repositioning the Lynxes, which is your main job as a Lynx player. Those need to have a good angle. Those also want to usually attack the same target. And it's looking pretty good here because this Lynx right here is going to have a beautiful cast into. Nobody misses his mark, misses the target. But it doesn't matter. The small Lynx is just going through them. Enemy stage 2 Lynx one-shot him. And Wolverine right here, also with the stage 2 Scion Lynx, finish off Sota. So it's interesting to see that we have like 3 or 4 players who all are going for the Arcane Lynxes. Maybe to play it themselves, maybe to contest it from the other players. Maybe a little bit of both. Tough choices here for the amplifier for his weapon. Alright, what are we looking for? Are we still gonna play double Lynxes? This is a crazy build. I like it. Whew. I arrived just in time today. Yesterday we did a 4-hour bike trip somewhere. And then today we made a 3-hour bike trip back. And my legs are dead. I can barely walk up the stairs. I can barely sit. We're just trying to get, me and my wife, trying to get back into biking. So our legs and our butt is not ready for it. As a little side note. If I may look a little bit tired, it's because of that. I also didn't catch much sleep yesterday. But we're here in the grand finals of the official Illuvium sponsored tournament. Hosted by Phantom. Our beautiful little guild. Well, actually, I keep saying little guild, but it's a huge guild. Now we have hundreds of members. But it still feels like a little guild in the sense of, you know, it's very welcoming, very friendly. Yeah, that's what it's all about in Phantom. We want to be good competitive players, but not at the cost of being also good humans to spend your time with. So it's all about positivity while getting better at the game and learning the game together. And it's a lot about tournament hosting. This has been a major focus of our guild. Combat Rhythm is one of my favorites if you play fighters. Doesn't really work out with the Scion angle that he's going for here. He went for the Enchanter emblem, which means his Cuculus is gonna have Enchanter. His Ranger already is Enchanter. Now his Scion Lynx is also Enchanter, giving him 3 Enchanter. There's one more in the deck. There's one more he can get, and that will be a Gazotep. The stage 3... Is it a Prairie Fox? Because all our Illuvials are inspired from real-life animals, from real-life endangered or extinct animals. So here we got, for example, the... how do you call him? Anteater, right here. Giant Anteater, I believe. Which are just crazy beautiful animals. Not going for the Lynx, so he doesn't want to go for the stage 3 Lynx, which I find interesting. Yeah, he sells it right there. Transitions into the Squiz. I don't know. I would have just sold one of the small Lynxes and keep the big Scion Lynx, but yeah. Sota really tries to push for a pivot out of his current build. Is he going for the Tiro, for the shock maybe? Stage 3? No. Transitioning actually into air with Revenant right here with the Verminio, the Anteater plus the Tiro plus shock for air. Wow, that was beautiful. That was a really fast transition into a different composition here. Stage 3 cast coming in, doing a lot of damage. Lower that a little bit. There's too much going on right there. Here comes one more cast from the Squiz. Beautiful positioning here by Sota. Squiz is alive and is healthy and is looking good with shock and all the free augments, so doing a lot of damage, even though it's just a stage 1 tier 5 unit. And yeah, I like to see it. I don't know if he scouted much or if he just forced now his shock, air, enchanter build, but hey, you love to see it. This looks very promising for him. I also like that his Ranger activates shock and enchanter. So every time you can activate your Ranger and both the synergies of your Ranger, you're gonna get a big power boost. And it's also funny how the 2 Lynxes are still like the placeholder units, the item holders. Here comes a Mule, here comes a Rota, 2 stage 1 units, but this gives Sota right here 6 air, which is a big threshold. The biggest threshold you can get with air. And usually, probably this Mule right here will make way for the... Ooh, little accidental... Was it on purpose? Yeah. Here is the rebind. Wait. Ranger needs a bind, right? Does he forget about it? Yes. So he lost Shock and he lost 1 Enchanter because he didn't rebind his Ranger. This happens to me a lot too, because as soon as you swap out your Illuvial that you binded with, especially when you redo these augments, stuff like this can happen. This is the perfect test to see if 6 air is a good enough power spike to win him the round anyway, and it does look like it. As long as his Squiz can maybe cast 1 more time, it might be enough here, and it should be enough here. Just the Ranger left alive, who is getting thrown by the Matu. And there we go, 3, 2, 1. Bada bing, bada bow. Sota goes onto a win streak with 2 wins right here. But he is out of money. So let's see if he's going to be able to stack back up his money. We are playing this Grand Finals, by the way. I think I forgot to mention, is a best of 3. So the most important thing right here is not having a really bad game. If you have a last place game, you kind of screw up your chances of winning this tournament. Which is not the end of the world, right? If you do last place and then 2 good finishes, you're still going to be like, I don't know, 5th, 4th, 6th. Which is still very nice. But if you're planning to win this tournament, which is probably everybody's plan right here in the first game, you don't want to have a bottom 4 finish. You want to keep stacking those points up, maybe get a win to close it out. But yeah, it's a best of 3. Whoever gets the most points wins this tournament. There's upsides and downsides to this. Usually I prefer the checkmate format, where the winner of the last tournament is actually the winner of the winner of the last game is the winner of the tournament. But in this case, the person who overall performed has a better average placement wins. The drawback is maybe in the last game, the winner of the last game is not the tournament winner, but it's whatever. Both of these formats are very valid, are both used by our competitors like TFT and so on. So definitely a valid choice in either case. Alright, we got a rebind here on the Ranger. So by the way, if you didn't know, his Ranger has the Fire Scion weapon. And he's bonded with the Air Empath. So now Air plus Fire gives him Shock, and Scion plus Empath gives him Enchanter, which then correlates really well and synergizes really well with the Enchanter and Shock units that he also built. And I think this is one of the coolest mechanics that we have in Illuvium, which is very unique. Ranger bonding makes all of these different synergies, which is also a very unique feature, very accessible. One last big cast here from the Artes, who has been a favorite from players since the last patch, I feel like. Especially if you can give it like a lifesteal augment and some really good augments. This Artes or maybe a Monarch can absolutely wreak havoc and can be a menace to deal with. Unkillable, always flying and bombarding the battlefield. We got Sota versus Haas right here. Haas is playing also Shock with the 2 stage 3 units right here. The Ray Lee plus the Tibiruku. And also just the Squiz. Everybody's looking for more Squizzes. Can't really find them. Hard contested unit right here. Alright, maybe a little bit of a reposition. Position into the Squiz. I would like to see that Verminio, I don't know, his last minute position. Maybe he tried to make some mind games happening, and he expected a reposition from Haas. Wow, that was a huge cast by the Verminio, and Squiz got taken down by the Artes in the end, so I guess positioning was better to have the Verminio in the middle attack everyone, but Haas here is on 15 health, and that's why he pushed all his money on the board. I am assuming, and he has a really strong board at the moment. Let's see, does he have any economy left? He still has money left. Wow, that's not bad. He was able to take Sota, who has also a really strong board. And I guess Sota finds himself in a little bit of a pickle, because now Sota is down to 20 gold. He's going to get a little bit here. He's going to recoup some of that money with the PvE round. but he's not looking so good on HP. He just lost a round versus the lowest ranked player in this lobby who still has some economy left. And yeah, the money is not looking great either, but still decent spot for Sota if he can find those stage 3 units. Because what he's building right here, the air, shock, enchanter, Revenant, he dropped Revenant. But what he's building here relies a lot on these stage 3 units. That Mammoth, that Remillier, and especially a Gazotep for 4 Enchanter, and maybe a Kukurov for also Tempest, and so on. So we're gonna check back with him a little bit later. Wish him all the best of luck. Here's another caster augment, which he's gonna put on the Artes, maybe. Gonna go on the Wink, actually. Main tank is the Matu right here. I do want to see this round again. Versus Nareba, and then we're gonna swap over to Not Complain over there. Great name, by the way. Complaining never helps a lot. We always like to see constructive criticism, but complaining is a little bit, you know, takes the constructive out of the criticism, usually. We got a ram fight here from Nareba with triple augments. One of them being a legendary augment, so yeah, this is looking really good. Nareba, I think, might be able to beat Sota right here. It really depends on those last few casts. Here comes an Artes cast, layering some damage over the Ramfight, who gets a cast out himself, finishes off the last 2 units, and Nareba beats Sota here. Moves on to the next round. Here we got Revenant. Here we got Shock. That will give him 3 shock, but he doesn't really have a chance at 4 shock, so he goes for the more consistent value right here with the Omega Power buff. And we're gonna swap over to Not Complain, who is on a win streak. If he didn't just get taken down. Sadly. Sorry, I don't have a second chat set up, but we're gonna quickly let him know that he's not... Still Not Complain. Excuse him off for a little bit technical issues right here. All in all, it has been doing great. We didn't have any disconnects yet, by the way. The game gets more stable. This is also a reason why we're slowly moving towards releasing or pushing forwards more marketing with a big esports circuit, because the game is just getting into a place where it's really good, very stable, and just a lot of fun to play in the end. Right, we're watching Fishy here, who took another hit down of Sota. Sota looking really bad right now with only 6 HP left on his last life. But Haas right here is also on his last life, and Lemko just got knocked out in last place. So they got that going for them, but we have our newcomers here dominating the tournament in the first round. Not Complain, Fishy, Nareba. I mean, Nareba has been here for many months already, but definitely also a newcomer compared to Texan, Sota, and Lemko, for example. Those OGs I've fought on the battlefield, on many different versions of the battlefield over the years in Illuvium. But it's amazing to see new players come in and dominate these tournaments already. So we're playing right here versus Texan from the Fishy perspective. And Texan is looking pretty strong, just because I see this Goliath right here with a Mystic emblem. Goliath, very strong unit. Also here is the Forest, so we got a little bit of a classic build coming in from Texan with the fighters, with the empaths, and some bulwarks to round it out. And yeah, this Forest is gonna go crazy. It has the legendary augment, which gives it immune and the shield every time it casts. So you can see this. It casts, gets a big self-heal as well. So I think we got some Omnivamp, some vampiric augments also on the drone. And I want to see more of that. It's a very satisfying composition to watch. Let's see how it goes. So yeah, we got the classic. We got the Bloom. We're looking forward to getting the Granite, but he's still missing one Tatopy, which is hard to get, right? He only has... Well, he's level 8. He has 18%. No, he has 10% chance on a tier 1. So he's really hoping to get that Tatopy, which would then give him Granite, which will boost his tankiness a lot on the Goliath. Little reposition coming in onto the right side. Goliath in the front line. And Forrest just staying on the outside, being very safe, and then he gets a nice angle into everybody. We can see it in a second right here. Well, now it's gonna hit 2 units, right? With its cast, it pierces units. Oh, it even hits the links right there. So it's always good to have the Force on the outside. Wow, look at that damage. That's crazy. Okay, can Foros win this 1 versus 6? It's very close. It would just need 1 cast into those units. So maybe if the Foros was more positioned on the right side and not coming so much from the outside, being blocked on the bulwarks, it would have actually been better. We'll never know. Well played here by Wolverine, holding on to his last life. Very happy he must be about this win. And we have Sota being knocked out, not able to bring it home with the shocks and the air composition. It's definitely a hit or a miss. If you hit those stage 3 units with the air, you're in it for a good time. If not, it's looking very bad, usually. That's at least my experience from trying to play this. I usually don't play air because it's so polarizing. But definitely a great attempt from him to, you know, just this hard transition into the air as it looked like. And he pulled it off pretty good, but then he kind of ran out of steam. I think the economy didn't, like his economy wasn't really there to play this composition, which needs a lot of money to roll down for those units. Alright, so what we're playing here, we got 2 Mystics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Earth. And this is what you like to see. Beautiful composition. Making the 7 Earth work, but without granites, without mud, and with a classic fighter composition right here. The Ranger is also Mystic. Mystic Granite. So yeah, we got 3 Mystics, 2 Granites. Looking for the 3rd Granite on the TNT right here. Tatopy. To round it all out. Block the Forest, doesn't matter. We are in a PvE round. And let's stay with Texan for a little bit. Nareba is doing great, by the way, on a win streak as well. We got Enchanter, Shock, Revenant. Sucks to see this. I think this needs a fix. In the late game, being offered things that you cannot get is really disencouraging. Feels bad. There comes the Malura. He has already been... Oh, and here comes the Gazier. 4 freaking Mystic. GG, well played. Texan will take this game home. And yeah, nah, it's not decided yet, but this is looking great for Texan. Not so much the Malura, which is nice, but not game-changing. But finding the Gazier and completing 4 Mystics is huge. Here comes Nareba, though, with the Ramp Fight, with the Phantom Infernos. Really good composition. Big Ramp Fight cast coming in here with a decent amount of Omega power. Will do a lot of damage, but he is against 7 Earth, which are very tanky compositions, so he didn't kill everything yet. The Gazier is still casting, still healing, and the Foros, the main damage dealer, is still healthy and doing well. So yeah, Texan right here has a lot of defensive stats, a lot of sustain, and Nareba wasn't able to push through it. This Ramp Fight doesn't have enough offensive augments, doesn't have enough Omega power to one-shot everything, which could have made a difference. And we're looking at Not Complain here, who plays an Axon, so it's likely gonna be an Harbinger. With an Umber as his main carry, who should have 3 augments, by the way. So instead of spreading out, here is a 1 solo augment, here is 1 solo, here's 1 solo. You should put all these 3 on your most important units, which it definitely isn't Umbre, right? Umbre is such a strong unit. Stage 3, tier 4. But the other augments are very well stacked, I believe, on Sinalf and Octius. But yeah, might as well put a little bit more on this Umber, because then he's gonna go bananas. He also has Slayer activated, so yeah. He's doing well already. So it's not the end of the world, but instead of having Magma, well, the Magma field is good back here. I mean, who am I to complain? Because look at this Umber already, just with one augment. Stacking attack speed. But if it had a little bit more damage, because it has the attack speed, definitely, right? But its ability does nothing. If it had more Omega power or more damage, it would actually be able to maybe one-shot some more units, and actually you could pull out a little bit more out of that Umber, who could become very fast your main carry, especially versus Texan right here. But yeah, we are looking at the last 1, maybe 2 rounds here of the first game of the Grand Finals. We are playing a best of 3, so 2 more games to be had after this. And currently our bottom 4 are Lemko, Sota, Wolverine, and I'm a Fishy in that order. And our top 4 are Not Complain, Texan, Has, and Nareba. Everybody kind of on their last life. Maybe Texan can squeeze a 1 HP out of there. And Not Complain is actually looking pretty good with 2 lives left. So he's definitely gonna be at least top 3. No matter what happens. Alright, Foros is getting focused over here. Able to sustain the damage though. But it's looking dire. Look at that damage once he casts. Able to sustain the damage that he's getting. You love to see it. If you're a Texan fan. You hate to see it. If you are on the side of Has. Ola is getting knocked out in the same round. Has in 3rd place. Nareba in 4th place. Maybe I'm mispronouncing this. That's the problem. I'm saying it like it's a German word. Let's redo it. Hash. No, that sounds wrong too. I'm gonna ask him how to pronounce his name, and that's gonna be the end of this story. So we got Nareba and Has in 3rd and 4th place. And we got Not Complain and Texan battling it out for the 1st place. Will it be the under-augmatized Umber or the 4 Mystic that will take home the victory? I think I already sound very biased. I think Texan, especially now he also hit another Granite unit with the TNT. I don't think Texan will have much trouble here. The Umber would be a big troublemaker. But he just doesn't have the augments. The Umber just doesn't have the augments. It's very sad. He got like 5 casts out of it. Couldn't even take down the TNT. And the Forest in the meantime has the augments with stacking attack speed. Immune plus shielding. Plus the stacking Omega power up to 30 Omega power and True Sight, I believe. Fury is a friend of mine, very talented player. Yes, he is. I don't think he has been in Illuvium long time, and he is already in the Grand Finals. And he is gonna be 2nd or 1st place in the 1st game of the Grand Finals. So definitely a talented player. Nice to see new names here. Dennis Borisevic, Alvi to the moon. Yes, sir. That's where we're going. Maybe it's not the next stop, but it is the end destination. Who knows? Final moments of the 1st game here in the Grand Finals. We're gonna have 1 more PvE round right here, giving some more mastery points to our contestants. And it's gonna be a bunch. He's gonna get up to 40, 50 gold right here. I think like 48 or something. 49? Oh, just 30, okay. Just 40. Rolling down, I guess, to find the Phosphorus to seal the deal. There was a Fernite, there's an Ador. Needs 2 more foes, looking pretty good. Needs to find one soon. Yeah, doesn't look like it. That's the problem. If you roll down only looking for one unit, even if this unit is not contested, enemy doesn't have a single foe, still very hard to hit those. But nothing else really got offered to him. Now we see it, Umber with 3 Omegas, right? I'm gonna really watch the Umber right here and see if this can make a change. Because now we have 3 augments on the Umber. Now we're gonna see how that's gonna be beautiful augments on him too. The damage doesn't look too big yet. He needs a crit here on this cast. Takes down the TNT, that's pretty good. Well, it is looking better than before, I guess, but it is not enough. This enemy team is just too good. Too strong. And that's it. That's the first game of the Grand Finals. Texan wins it. Second place, not complain. Then we got Has, Nareba, Amafishi, Wolverine, Sota, Lemko. We're gonna give our players a quick break and we're gonna be back in 2 minutes. Please enjoy these old but gold Illuvium trailers.
Come with me.
Illuvium was always more than a dream.
And you'll be
It was our calling.
in a world of pure imagination.
If only they knew the truth.
We'll begin
Scans indicate a dead planet.
But I can feel it. This is Illuvium.
Find me, child,
Activate scouting vessel.
and show our people who you truly are.
She won't decide our fate.
Forgot to charge again, huh? He only just landed.
Will you retreat to safety, chasing paradise? Or will you follow me and fulfill your purpose?
We'll find her soon. There's no way off this island.
All we do is blindly follow orders. I need to know how this ends.
Welcome back, everybody. We are gonna jump into game number 2 in the Grand Finals right here. We're just done with a little player break. Everybody gets back live back streaming, and we should be back in a second. Hopefully. So yeah, you know what happened. You know how the first game looked like, and we're gonna go into second game, and then we have third game. So yeah, the top 4 again have been Texan first, Not Complained second, and then third, the 2 guys from Ola, Has and Nareba. I think our players might need a few more minutes, which might give me an opportunity to play a little. It's not a finished trailer, like it's like a little bit of a sneak peek, work in progress trailer for my game, our game, the Illuvium TCG called Dronestone. It draws a lot of inspiration from Hearthstone, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, Shadow Wars, like very many different really good card games, and we throw it all together and try to make the best card game out there by picking the best pieces of other card games. It utilizes all the Illuvium NFTs, meaning you can bring your Illuvitars mainly in there. That's 90% of the cards, but also your land cards and also your weapons, for example, unlock the respective cards in the game and unlock earning potential. We're also working already on a mobile version, which should be out for testing soon. So if you want to test that game, want to jump into this TCG, into this card game that is set in the Illuvium universe, please let me know. Or join our Dronestone Discord. It's just starting, right? We just invited a few members, and yeah, just reach out if you want a beta key. Also, the Illuvium mods here in Illuvium, they got beta keys for you. Like, I don't think I sent Lars some, but I sent some to Dr. Spoon and to Tholki, so you can ask them as well. And yeah, maybe we can play a little trailer. Are we starting? Lemco doesn't stream yet. But other than that, it looks pretty good. Maybe they have to restart the lobby. I'm gonna look for the trailer and try to play it for you all. Please keep in mind this trailer is a little bit outdated. Otherwise, I would have shown it already to the community. So I need to, because the game has been reworked, so I need to rework the trailer again as well. I chose the old version of the game, but I'm very excited about it, so I just want to show it to you. And we're not going here anyway. All right, you ready? Ready or not, here it comes. Again, this is not an official Illuvium game, but we're gonna most likely, if you guys like the game, if the community approves of the game, we're gonna finally finalize the license agreement, and it's gonna be an officially partnered game with Illuvium, hopefully. But yeah, right now we're in private alpha, so please test it. Please let us know your feedback, and then we can hopefully move things forward sooner than later. That's it. That's all. It's more a hype trailer than it's really a gameplay trailer. There are some gameplay elements in there, but it's, you know, it's just about I reused the old Illuvium trailer and just made a little hype trailer out of it. I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, it's fun. You can already play against each other. You can play ranked, so multiplayer is fully functional. You can play versus AI. There is tutorial. There is like kind of a story mode. Still work in progress, right? We are private alpha. You cannot connect your wallet yet, but that's one of the big features that should come next, so you can then play with your actual Illuvitars and stuff like this. So yeah, I'm very excited. So if you want private alpha testing keys, you can either reach out to me, you can either keep your eyes peeled in the Illuvium Beyond chat, That's where we're gonna post some of them. Ooh, what is that? Then, oh, that's the new partner. Dope. That's gonna be so cool. And then also you can join the Drone Stone Discord. And we also have a Drone Stone Twitter page. So wherever you want to link up, test the games if you want to, and let us know how you like them. I'm gonna send this in chat right now. All right. Silent Sirens. How many rounds are in the grand finals? We got 3 rounds. Best of 3. Whoever is best in score after the 3 rounds wins the tournament. Meaning Lemko right here. It's looking pretty good because he won the last round. So yeah, this is game number 2. After this, we only have 1 game left. And then we're gonna crown our champion. Okay. Nice. Not complaints. Screen is working this time. We got the stream up. Beautiful. Really good graphics as well. So that's cool to see. We're gonna spectate this guy a little bit this round because last time he went 2nd place. He is just missing the sound. So let's check in with Sota again. See how he's doing. Well, there in the PvE rounds, it's very much like just building anticipation. There's not so much happening yet. The big decisions are yet to come, which is going to be choosing a weapon in round 4 and fighting a first opponent next round in round number 3. All right, we're looking at a mirror match right here. Fire Doka versus Fire Doka. We also have a monk here for Sota. Plus the ranger is bonded to the monkey, giving Sota 3 earth, 3 fighter. Both very good thresholds, 1 fire and 1 bulwark. Definitely good setup. It's all about the positioning though. Looking good. Doka attacks the enemy Doka. Big stun coming in from the Groko. Taking down both of these guys, and Sota is gonna take this round here versus Wolverine. Maybe not. There was a lot of damage coming in from the hyperactive Scions here in the backline. And it looks like Wolverine is gonna take it very closely. Very clutch, and yeah. Hyperactive mechanic here with the water units against the earth and fire. Got very fast hyperactive and just lasered down Sota's units. Surprised me there as well. Let's check over with Texan, our winner from last game. Let's see what weapon he's gonna choose for a 2nd game. We got the Aqua Blaster, the Flame Warden Staff, and he's gonna choose that one. Which keeps his options open to some degree, right? He can just go a classic build and go for Mystic, which is always available with the monk here. It's always a very strong trait. He can go for Templars. He can go for maybe Inferno, bring an Artes in, right? So definitely a lot of ways. He can always go for Wildfire Templar, for example. That would be definitely good. We don't see that so much, though, lately. He's playing double monk here, which is interesting to see. He also lost his 1st round, so he doesn't really mind losing this one. In fact, he might even want to lose this round and get a lose streak going, which will be very beneficial for his economy. He's buying 2 Chukos here, so he might be going for like some Revenant, Inferno, Rogue build. We don't know. We will see later. Not complain. Goes on a win streak. Same does I am Fishy and Lemko as well. Ooh, there we go. We see the Rogue emblem, and that's gonna be interesting here. We're gonna check back later with our 1st game winner. Gonna swap over to Not Complain right here. See how he's doing. I definitely love the streaming quality. And we got 2 empaths, 2 rogues, a Scion and a fighter in there. A little bit of everything. Interesting build. I guess, but ooh, here comes the Lynx. Definitely a good choice. Definitely better than the Doka. Little reposition. He wants to bring the Volante onto the Lynx. Lynx was repositioned as well, though. Lemko and Not Complain are at it. Both are on a win streak, so this is going to be interesting. Big Kuka cast here on the enemy Lynx. His Ranger is going pretty crazy with Revenant right here. Was able to jump into the backline. Here comes one more. Opa. Wait, we're going to someone else. Oh, thank you. Trying to fix the sound. Yeah, it is weird. Sometimes Discord streaming. But yeah, you can always restart the stream. Other than that, Amafishy is still on a win streak. Lemko is still on a win streak. Not Complain lost his win streak right here. The Ranger tried his best, but wasn't able to pull it off. Let's swap over to Mr. Fish. See how he's doing. Not is practically Ola as well. He trains every day with us. That's nice to hear. You guys have a great community going. You are a Brazilian or Portuguese guild, right? Which is crazy to think of that there is another big Portuguese guild besides Tempest. Amafishy stream is not working. I think we're gonna have to dish out some warnings for people because I am giving them the benefit of the doubt, but we cannot have people not streaming, right? Or at least the stream not working. Otherwise, it's not fair for all the other players. But yeah, maybe this is the last ever tournament where we spectate in Discord. The spectator feature is already on the testnet version for you guys to test out. So I very much hope so that next time we're gonna be in-game spectating with perfect HD quality, always sound, and everything's gonna be good. So let's not worry too much about things that are already somewhat in the past. Sota doing decently well here with 90 HP, has kind of recovered. We got Huss in last place right now. Wolverine in 7th. Nareba 6th. Dexon in 5th. Sota in 4th. Amafishy in 3rd. Not Complain in 2nd. And Lemko with a win streak still in 1st place. Let's watch Lemko. Let's see how he does it. We also have stream volume right here. Stream sound. This is great. Finds a Flish, has a bunch of augments to finish. 2 augments to finish. We're gonna see what he goes for. I always think this is one of the most important things and one of the hardest things to pull off correctly. Great damage here from Vengeful Mantle. This is overall a very solid augment. Life Well is really good if you have like really tanky units that can really benefit from this life regeneration. Quick choice, stacking damage with some how do you call it? Oof, I'm losing my words already. Well, he's ignoring resistances with this one, which doesn't really matter on a small Lynx, because a small Lynx does always true damage, right? So this augment is not ideal for Lynx, but if there is no other good holder, it's still decent, because it also gives you extra damage. Triple augment on the Arcos is a little bit crazy. Is it triple stacking attack speed augment as well? Amafishy coming with crazy clutch gameplay moments. He's able to take down Lemko with the triple augment attack speed Arcos. I want to see more of that. I think his stream is still broken, but that was insane. Sucks for Lemko. He got his win streak taken down by an attack speed Arcos, but it's nice for us to see. Swap over to Not Complain. We didn't have much screen time from him last game, and he has a beautiful full HD stream quality, so you love to see it. He's playing versus Nareba here, who plays a bunch of rogues, but hasn't hard committed to those rogues yet. But we have the Revo in the backline. There's a Lura as well, who wasn't able to cast, which always feels very bad. But this Ranger right here is a big problem. Very tanky, deals a lot of damage, and just doesn't want to die. But that's it for Nareba right here. Very close round. One more roll. Almost able to seal the deal a little bit, but no, not Complain. Takes him down. Gets another win under his belt and is now on a win streak with 3 games. 1 in a row. Same as I'm a fishy. Not Complain here versus Texan, trying to get his revenge in from last game, where he lost the first place to Texan and finished second place. We're gonna see how that goes. Texan here, full on rogues, which is usually a very good composition if you just want to guarantee a top 4 finish. It's a bit hard to win with rogues, I feel like, because you need to hit that Rampfire, that Monarch, that Umber, those big stage 3 units, right? But it's usually very dominant. It usually exposes the weaknesses of all those bottom 4 players, and it's usually able to give you a really good shot at finishing top 4. And even if you lose rounds right here, and maybe are on a lose streak, you still take down a lot of units. It's also a very good composition for lose streaking. Let's actually check in with Texan and see how he does it. 3 games lost, so definitely didn't want to win this round. Anyway, he wanted to take down a little bit more units on the enemy team. And he also would like some of those rogues, because it seems like everybody's playing a little bit of rogues. We see a Revo here, a Lura here. We had a Slash in the last round. Or Stabbin, I think is the stage 2. So yeah, definitely a little bit more contested than usual, or that he would like it to be. But hey, it's not looking so bad. We got 3 Revenants as soon as he binds his Ranger. We got a Ramphy, which is usually a very good power spike. 4 fire, so he needs 1 more fire to also get a good damage boost right there. And now we get the bonding. What is it gonna be? It's gonna be Revenant. There is no composite affinities yet to be bonded with. And we are looking good. Just a little bit of a reposition. Usually you want to spread those rogues out in a line, right? So they cannot block each other. Which happens usually if you, for example, put all your rogues in a corner. One of them is gonna get blocked and it's gonna feel very bad. Big Ramphy Omega here, hitting 4 units, which is very hard to pull off, and it did so much damage. Probably the top damage performer with just 1 offensive augment. Almost one-shot 4 different units right there. So that's what I mean when I said he found the Ramphy big power spike. It's not very consistent, right? But if it hits hard. Especially in those early stages. There we saw it for a second. 4,000 damage on the Ramphy. Did like double the damage of the second place. Lightning speed, giving him attack speed plus movement speed. Usually very good for the rogues who want to reach their targets fast. Don't want to spend a long time running around back there in the backline. And also attack speed, just overall good trait for almost every unit, but rogues and fighters, especially rogues, I think, benefit the most from it. Fighters do have a lot of attack speed anyway. But rogues, like, I think they get the biggest damage boost from attack speed increase. But yeah, it's an attack damage augment for sure. The other one is rogue, so he is already on 6 rogues. He needs 1 more for the 7. But he's down to 14 gold. So he is pushing a lot of his economy onto the board, trying to sustain his health, trying to keep that win streak alive as well. We're gonna stay a little bit longer here with Texan and see if he can keep the win streak up. Or if a defeat in the next round would be crushing. Here we got a little bit of a defensive augment, but it also gives a little bit of damage. 100 physical damage inflicted around the defender when he gets attacked. Just giving it to the Ramfy. Just wanna, you know, wanna keep those augments on your core units. He pushed down his last bit of money to get to level 7 and get 7 rogue threshold activated. Definitely, again, a huge power spike and should probably be enough. All the enemy tanks are in the back line catching those rogues, and all the damage dealers are in the front line. So this is usually a very good tactic. The problem I see here, all the units are very close to the Ramfy. Yeah, it's okay. Ramfy is gonna hit like 2-3 units. Let's see. Do they have enough damage? Slashing or stabbing right here is locked in. Didn't do much, but we have enough damage on the side of Texan to just annihilate Wolverine's team right here. Pushing him far down in the HP threshold, in the taking a lot of HP from Wolverine. Who was that? Who is again on a win streak here? Oh, we got Lemko and Amafishy doing really well, especially Amafishy. Let's watch if he was able to fix his stream. I don't think so. Sorry for the technical issues. I just gotta do a little bit of moderating in the back, right? But we are right back, and we're gonna jump in with Lemko, who is in the top. How does he do it? He got 5 bulwarks. Now he actually has 6 bulwarks, which usually you don't want to have, so he's maybe gonna remove one. It's not a big deal though. With the bulwark water weapon, I love this. It does so much damage. It's so tanky. You can reach the 5 bulwarks fast, which is usually a problem. So yeah, really cool to see. He's gonna go for Harbinger, it looks like, if he finds one more Atlas. Enemy already has that Axon activated here with Amafishy. Both of them playing Harbinger, it looks like. Amafishy having a lot of empaths, and his Fernet has the triple attack speed augment. But it's not enough. In the backline here, the Rake is wreaking havoc with a triple augment plus the extra attack range from the Ranger. Plus the Steam is also activated through the Ranger. So interesting to see that Lemko right here is going for a Rake main carry. Bonded with the Ranger to activate Steam. And the Ranger has this, I think it's a suit upgrade, where you give your closest 2 allies extra attack range. Very, very strong if you're playing rogues and fighters. So strong if you have that extra attack range on certain units like Forus, Rake as we see here. Lemko last to pick, gets a sit-down augment, which is a very, very strong, consistent augment, so he's not going to be disappointed about that. Let's see if he's going to change his approach a little bit here with the 6 bulwarks. Maybe bring in a second Scion, give everybody a little bit of Omega power. Rocco has to go. Here comes another Empath, giving him 6 water actually, which is definitely huge for his water units, which are some of his main carries, right? The Rake, the stage 3 Lynx here, huge unit. I really like the augments on the Rake. We got extra energy on attack, we got stacking Omega power, and we got some extra damage and ignore resistances. Versus Haas right here, who is also playing full rogues. We got a big rogue lobby this game. But I don't think those rogues are gonna succeed versus those 6 bulwarks, or 5 bulwarks now. Especially not this Lynx right here. This Lynx alone could take down half of Haas's team. And yeah, big loss here for Haas, taking a lot of damage with those 6 units left alive. The more units left alive and the bigger they are, the more damage you will get. Or the more damage you will take. A little bit of a reroll coming in. Definitely keeping those Umbers. Also going for those Ramfies. Maybe to take him away from the enemy, right? You saw that a lot of people go for rogues. So if you can take those aces, play an Artes. If you can can take those Ramphis. You take away those win conditions of those Ramphi Inferno Monarch players, right? Alright, enemy here is Wolverine with the classic fighter build. I think it's, what is it, 3 bulwarks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fighters. Actually 4 bulwarks. Do we have a bulwark emblem somewhere? No. Is it 4 bulwarks? Anywho, it's looking pretty good for Lemko right here, but his stage 3 tank got taken down. Last minute call, last minute cast here from the Artes, doing a lot of damage. And Lemko able to take it home, get another win under his belt. Mainly due to the fact that his rake is going absolutely crazy. Finds another Artes. Very interesting build. It feels like he's playing around solid water units. Now also having a Harbinger with that Axon. Plus he's bringing in some units that he wants to contest from his enemies. Like the Artes, who doesn't connect really to anything, right? 1 Scion, 1 Fire. But it's a strong unit on its own. And definitely nice, a big win condition from a bunch of players in this lobby. Alright, let's stay with Lemko until he loses a game. Always nice to see to follow along a win streak. I'm jumbling my words a little bit today. It has been a long day. As I said earlier, today I came back home from was it like a total 7 hours of biking? And I haven't been biking a lot lately, so my body is destroyed. I can barely walk up the stairs. Also, we slept in a boat, in a sailboat yesterday night, which is on a lake. It belongs to my uncle. So we just went, we biked there, slept in a boat, biked back, basically. And there was a storm, so all night the boat was like ding dong, ding dong. The buoy was smashing against the boat and I didn't get any sleep. And then on top of that, 7 hours of biking, I'm done, man. After this stream, I'm gonna straight up fall into a coma. But for now, we're sustaining. But yeah, that's my big excuse for not being super on point today and maybe jumbling my words a little bit. And mixing them up a little bit. My non-native English speaker comes out a little bit more and I have a bit of a harder time piecing all the words together. But we'll manage, and Lemko is also still managing. Here we finally see a damage meter. And believe it or not, this links, especially with this augment right here, which does a lot of reflect damage, plus the 5 bulwarks give similar a lot of reflect damage as well, is almost the top damage dealer, next with Rake, and then we have the Ranger. So really, really strong, not relying on just one unit to carry him. We also have the Artes, who does a lot of damage. Mystic is solid, but everything else is more solid, I believe. So Mystic gets rerolled. Random T5 unit, nah. So he's probably gonna for that one. He's not gonna risk rerolling one more time and getting a third bad augment. So he just took the mediocre augment right here, which is gonna give him more casts. It's a pretty good augment for the waters. But maybe he would have rerolled one more time if he could, but taking it safe. And he's gonna face off versus Nareba here, who is playing 7 Earth with a Seaforus, with Mystic Ranger, with Granite Ranger. No, it's a Dust Ranger actually. Interesting. With the Dust Emblem as well. So I think we have Granite. 1, 2, 4. Granite, 4 Dust, 7 Earth. Crazy build here coming out from Nareba. And this is gonna be it. This is gonna take down Lemko. Most likely. And here stops the 4-game win streak from Lemko. Nareba, this is one hell of a team. Especially versus the Rake of Lemko. The Rake had no chance getting through this backline. Whoopa, what happened? Ay. Alright, we're gonna ditch out some warnings because we need people to be actually streaming. I mean, again, I just don't want to give an opening for people to abuse the system. I know these people are not doing it on purpose. So maybe let's wait with warnings and just, yeah. I'm a fishy brought it back up. Who was it now? Nareba. Thank you, Fishy. He brought back his stream. Now we can see his perspective. I don't want to ditch out warnings and disqualifications. I know everybody here is a fair player and a sportsman-like player, but you know, you gotta just put in rules in place so there cannot be any rule abuse or some you know what I mean. Whatever. We're just gonna keep telling people, and as long as they restart their stream and get it back up, it's no problem. And again, this is gonna be a problem of the past. We're gonna have spectator mode. We've been waiting so long for this, so I'm really happy. I'm really looking forward to this. Oh, we got Amafishy versus Haas right here. 15 health versus 3 health. And Amafishy found the Archelion, found the Axodon, and is playing a Fernet as his damage dealer with triple stacking attack speed. And also his Archelion has stacking attack speed. So a little bit of a crazy build here. It's like full sustain with a little bit of damage coming from the empaths, which is not strong enough to withstand all these rogues. Also, we have the main damage dealer here. A little bit in the open. Coming into the middle. That's good. That's good. Nice reposition coming in. The Ramphy might walk a little bit too close to this clump. It's okay. Ramphy hitting 2 units. Fernet is safe. Actually, Fernet taking a decent amount of damage from I don't know where. Axon tanking. Alright, maybe he might be able to outsustain Haas damage right here. Haas having a rough time. Didn't find his ramp fight, right? Because it has been contested from so many players. And with just a Ramphy, you're gonna have a hard time in the late game. Big heals coming in. We got the Verdant, we got the Archelion, and it looks like Amafishy is able to outsustain Haas's damage. And we got Not Complain, Texan, Sota all taken out. And Haas will join them. I think Texan and Sota were already last round or this round. You can check in the replay. But I think 1 round and suddenly we have the bottom 4 locked in. Not Complain manages to snag 5th place. Then we got Haas, Texan, who was winning the last game. Now is in 7th place, right? So definitely mixes up the lobby. Also Not Complain, who was 2nd, is now 5th. So it seems like everybody will have a good chance of winning in the next game, in the final game of this Grand Finals in the best of 3. And we have the top 4 with Lemko, again on a win streak, 68 games. Plus Nareba, Wolverine, and Amafishy here. And all of these guys have a win streak. It's looking dire for Amafishy. Let's see if he can pull it off. With his sustain team, he wants 1 more Twine. He gets a PvE round here. So we're going to stay with him. He's going to get a bunch of money to reroll, find 1 more Twine, find 2 more Headies. And yeah, you can sell this Kuroko right here, guy. But you never know. Just keep those tier 0s. I never have the patience for it, but keep them. There is some outlier scenarios where you might need them. We now have attack speed on the Axon. He just found the wrong augments, it feels like. He has 5 stacking attack speed augments. Maybe this is his secret strategy, but I feel like... Well, I guess the longer the fights last, the more damage he will do with these stacking attack speed augments, but... Some tanky augments on the Axon would have been way better. I think there is no way arguing around that. Here comes the legendary augment too. Ooh. I think it's got to be Leviathan's Fury, right? Doing true damage based on your health. If you give this to an Axon with stacking attack speed, that would have been huge. Instead, we're going for Omnisource, which is going to make you cast more. And those casts do more. Not bad either. We got the Blotto. A huge tank. And yeah, this on Axodon is really good. Alright, let's redo some augments. Let's not have our Fernite triple augmented, please. It's just not as good as a Blotto, right? I would give 1 attack speed augment to the Blotto. I'm backseating a little bit too much, I know. But I'm really invested in this. He found his Gnarl, he found his Blotto, he found everything he needed to find. He also just figured out a decent positioning. The enemy Forest will have maybe a little bit of a too good cast in here, hitting like 4 units. Blotto instantly removed. Holy moly. With the extra attack range, Ripelands and Forest back there, sitting like freaking Scorioxes in the backline, blasting away. It's a little bit of a too strong augment, I feel like. The extra attack range augment. This is the perfect storm. Right here. For them. And that's gonna be it. Let's check in with Lemko. Oh, we got sound again. I can hear! He's rolling hard. He's looking for that Artes. Found the Monarch. He's not looking for Ramphis. And he found a bunch that he needed to find. He doesn't need to roll away all his money, so he's gonna stop at 20 gold. Do this at home, guys. If you're not under big pressure where you need to roll away all your money, don't do it. Otherwise, you're gonna run out of steam. And yeah, as long as you still have health to sacrifice, don't sacrifice all your gold. Keep it in balance. There's some special scenarios, right? If you're rolling against someone else. Oof. Found also the lifesteal augment for the Rake, which is huge. Oh, this is beautiful to watch. One more cast. Here is a Forest though, doing a lot of damage. One more Rake damage. That was a weird interaction. Crazy team. Really annoying team to fight against. That Lemko build up here. All these units that go invulnerable, right? Just juggling the aggro. We got the Rake, we got the Rampfight, we got the Monarch. And all of them, when they cast, they drop the aggro from the units. And then we have lifesteal behind them, so it's really hard. But this is, I think, the Lemko Bane, the 7 Earth from Nareba, was able to take down Lemko earlier already. Wolverine is on a win streak as well, but I want to watch this round right here because I think this is going to be game deciding. If Lemko takes down Nareba right here, he's going to have a good chance at winning. If Nareba takes down Lemko, all the cards are still open. Wolverine is fighting versus one of the ghost armies from them, so he should be able, he has good chances to win. Big Rampfight Omega hitting 2 good units in the backline. Okay, no problem anymore. Lemko gets his revenge on Nareba and takes him down in 3rd place. Wolverine is able to win his round, and now we have the final moments in the 2nd game of the Grand Finals. Wolverine versus Lemko. 46 health versus 16. A big win streak versus a small win streak. And we have the absolute insane combo of Berserker Ripelands with extra attack range from the Ranger, plus a Forest with extra attack range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fighters and 3 really strong tanks, with the highlight right here being the Seer, stage 3. I don't think there's a chance for Lemko, but he has 2 or 3 tries. I think 2 maybe. Depends how much health he loses right here. Lemko does have a really strong team as well, though. It's gonna be close. I'm really excited to see. But these guys over here, they kill everything they touch. As long as they have a little bit of lifesteal, a little bit of sustain. Oof, here comes a big Rampfight Omega. But he got taken down in the air, I think. I don't think he went through. And there he goes. Wolverine gets taken down. Lemko wins game number 2. You love to see it. All right, I actually got to do the scores real quick. We're going to give our players a break, and we're going to be right back with game number 3. Don't go anywhere, guys. One more game to see who wins it all. And we're going to play some old Illuvium trailers. Enjoy them. Nothing of this is like actual announcements. It's old trailers. All these dates are way off. Well, nevertheless, they're beautiful. I don't want to undersell it. These trailers are in there for a reason because they're absolute art, beautiful to look at, and I love them. But yeah, see you in a few minutes.
Come with me,
Illuvium was always more than a dream.
and you'll be
It was our calling.
in a world of pure imagination.
If only they knew the truth.
Begins
Scans indicate a dead planet.
But I can feel it. This is Illuvium.
Find me, child,
Activate scouting vessel.
and show our people who you truly are.
She won't decide our fate.
Forgot to charge again, huh? He only just landed.
Will you retreat to safety, chasing paradise? Or will you follow me and fulfill your purpose?
We'll find her soon. There's no way off this island.
All we do is blindly follow orders. I need to know how this ends.
Enter a universe of games. Mine and harvest resources that power your journey. Customize your unique ranger. Explore vast regions. Discover countless mysteries, rich lore, and complete your missions. Join the hunt for rare creatures. Gather vital resources to repair your ship and ensure your survival. Capture over 200 unique Illuvials. Craft weapons and armor, fuse your units, and build an unstoppable team. Enter the arena. Challenge fellow Rangers in epic battles. Prove yourself in Gauntlet, an 8-player battle royale.
All right, wait a minute. We have crazy scores going on. Let me update you while the players get into the lobby and everything. We're gonna start in 2 minutes, but not before we're gonna check out these crazy scores, because I think it feels like all the people that performed good in one game completely screwed it up in the other one, and vice versa. Let's see it. So we got Not Complain with 11, Nareba with 11, Wolverine with 10, Texan with 10. We got the top 4 in the range of 1 point. And then we got 9, 9, 9. So basically, Sota sacrificed himself to give everybody else a decent chance of anything they want to do. So basically, whatever happened, if Sota wins this game, then it's going to be a little bit crazy, the leaderboard. But anything else, whoever wins, well, not really, but everybody has a huge chance of winning this tournament, which is what you want to see in a best of 3. So this is perfect. We got really, really close contenders, a close competition right here, and all the players have been performing really well. And it's crazy to see. Lemko has had a first and a last place. Texan had a first and a second last place. So, or a sixth place or something. Yeah, it's crazy. So we got Not Complain and Nareba on 11, Wolverine and Texan on 10. I'm a Fishy, Haas, Lemko on 9. Then we got Sota on 3. I love Sota. Sorry, I'm laughing. But it's also because what he said in the chat. So yeah, it's a very, very exciting last game for the grand finals. I can't wait to jump in it, and I think the players are gonna start it right now. Just because why I'm laughing. He was like, standings, I think I'm fighting to get 7th or 6th, like fighting to not be last, right? And then I posted them 3 to 9. Oh my god, I'm in trouble. But he got this. I would love to see him win here, because that would throw everything on its head. But yeah, we are looking really, really... It's looking really, really good. Very, very close finals right here, and it's going to be an exciting last game. Let's get it on and see what our players got for us. Let's see, first of all, if everybody is able to stream. This would be a big requirement for the last game. Okay. Again, sorry for the technical issues. This is the hopefully last tournament where we actually spectate in Discord. And so I have to do a little bit of policing. Nareba. All right. I'm sure he's going to try his best to get it online. And we're going to watch... Who are we going to watch? Texan. Sota. Let's start with our crowd favorite right here, who had a little bit of a rough time. And see what he's playing. We got a Fleesh. We got 3 bulwarks, 2 waters, 1 fire. Solid setup, but usually not enough. You don't have this consistent damage that a fighter or a rogue gives you, and you just have every 10 seconds have a laser. So all this sustain that he gets with 3 bulwarks is usually not gonna cut it, and he's just gonna run out of steam. Or he doesn't have enough punch behind those 3 bulwarks. The Fleesh is like a good, especially early on, is like a good secondary damage dealer, besides like a Doka or, I don't know, a Lynx or something. But as your only damage dealer, it can work with empaths, you know, 3 empaths plus a Fleesh. But 3 bulwarks plus a Fleesh, like you can see it right there. Nothing on the enemy team died. It's just... The enemy team will almost always kill you faster. So first round here goes to Lemko. And we're just gonna swap through all the players, especially now when they're picking their weapons. It's gonna be very interesting to see. It's gonna be one of those 2. It's gonna go for the solid Bastion right here. So most likely gonna go for 7 Earth, 3 or 4 Granite if he gets it. I don't think Mud is very much the meta anymore, so nobody really rerolls anymore for 7 Earth Mud. it feels like more people are gonna push levels similar to Rogue. It used to be small stage 3s, but now it's just push levels and find those big guys. And yeah, this is looking very good right here. Let's keep looking what other players have chosen. Ooh, the small interface. Another Earth weapon right here, Earth Scion, which is a little bit less good than the Earth Bulwark, right? Because with the Earth Bulwark, you can make so much happen. With the Scion, you can only really make Invoker happen and maybe a Harbinger or something like that. But also a decent weapon. We have 2 Earth already. What else we got? We got Sota with a water... What's that? A water staff? No, water doesn't have an empath staff, right? It's got to be the Bulwark or the Scion, and it is the Bulwark weapon, so definitely such a strong weapon for Sota right here. He also finds a lot of duplicates, so I think he might be able to come back. He still has the 3 Bulwarks plus the Scion. He's on a lose streak, so he doesn't even mind keeping this lose streak up. And they are playing Brightland Steppes. That is beautiful. For our last game in the Founds, we have a 130 HP map with Brightland Steppes, which means it's gonna go longer, and the compositions are gonna be out of this world crazy. Everybody will have a lot of mastery points to play with and to make something crazy happen. Like the final compositions in the top 4 is gonna look stage 3s all across the board. Alright, pushes for level last second and brings in a Doka. I'm not sure if that's the play in Brightland Steppes, where you usually want to get to 70 gold as fast as possible, because you have this big health pool that you can work with, so you're not really worrying about losing HP, right? And since you're not worrying about losing your HP, because you have so much of them in Brightland Steppes, you can really just go play greedy and play for 70 gold as fast as possible. But he pushed the level, he got a win, and he wants to reverse the lose streak, which is a fair approach. Alright, we got Not Complain here with a similar setup, 3 Bulwarks and a Fleece right here, but he also got a Lynx, plus the Bulwark emblem on the Lynx, really strong, plus another fighter. Okay, so looking definitely differently. Interesting choice to put 2 augments on a Groko. Usually you would want to put it on a Doka, because it feels like stage 2 Doka is gonna get way more out of these 2, even if it's tanky augments, than a Kuroko will, stage 1. Or just put all 3 augments actually on a Lynx. Especially because you have the Bulwark augment on the Lynx. You might as well, it would really synergize well to put all 3 of them. Then again, you can make the argument that this Lynx, if it stays alive, it wins you the game anyway. It doesn't need those augments to do that. So you want to have a second win condition. So I guess, in my mind, the best option would to augmentize the Doka next to the Lynx. To get another win condition into the mix. But no matter what, Not Complain is gonna stack a second win right here versus Haas. Good job, well played. Let's see what Nareba is playing. Also one of our top contenders, like everyone in this lobby. Everyone's is so close together, just 1 point separating them from each other. I forgot. I did forget. We got Lemko right here on the win streak. The only person still on a win streak. And this is 4 games in a row, which it gets pretty scary for everybody else, right? Everybody else is now praying that Lemko somehow loses his win streak. Because the longer he can keep this going, the higher his chances of winning become. Because I wonder how he's going to play. If he's going to push his economy onto the boards to keep his win streak going, or if he's going to use this win streak to get a very fast 70 and not so much worry about keeping his win streak up. Which I think is the safer approach, right? Because the worst thing that can happen to you is you push all your money onto the board to keep your win streak up, but then you somehow lose anyway, and then you're there with no win streak and no economy, and you kind of in a dead end and have to start from 0 again. Bulwark Emblem is not getting picked in the 3rd round, which is very interesting. Texan is going to be very happy about that. Getting a Bulwark Emblem as not the first pick is a little bit crazy. So I think maybe a little bit of a misplay from Haas and Areba here. Because even if they don't really need it, it's just too good to give to someone else, I feel like. And you kind of, I don't know, you always get some value out of a Bulwark emblem. But hey, you don't want to go for that Lynx. You want to play those little Lynxes, which is a weird, but I think a good gameplay mechanic, a good game design, where we have those Lynxes be those crazy little glass cannons doing pure damage. I think nobody is really mad about that. It's very tempting to click on it. I think 3 times now he moved his mouse over the Lynx and stopped himself last second. Really good augment for the Lynx. Wasn't able to finish his second augment. Maybe he's waiting for 2 defensive augments to make 1 big defensive out of it. But interesting, right? Not only does he save his gold, but he also saves his augments. So this is a little bit of a weird play. I think he should have at least pushed his augment onto the board. You don't lose a lot with that. Gain so much more strength, but maybe he realized that Texan is so much stronger. It's not so much though. Yeah. Anywho, Lemko loses his win streak with only 37 gold saved. So definitely not a huge advantage gained. And if we compare this now to maybe Sota, who worked his way into second place, who has all the fire that he needs in his belly right now after having 2 bad rounds. He's down to get revenge on this lobby. And we're gonna see how he's gonna get it. He's up to 60 gold, right? Same HP as Lemko. So Lemko definitely not utilizing his win streak as good as he can. I said 2 options earlier. Either you play greedy and you give up your win streak, but use the win streak to stack up gold very fast, which didn't really happen with his 40 gold. Or you play it greedy on the other way, try to keep your win streak up and push your money onto the board. But nothing of those 2 kind of happened too much. But yeah, he still has 40 gold, so he didn't run out of economy. But yeah, Sota is looking really, really good in comparison. On a win streak, 60 gold, looking good with the 5 bulwarks. And that's the strength of these water bulwark weapon. One of my favorite weapons to play because it gives you so much early game strength. The weapon itself is huge, very solid, very consistent. And it gives you such an easy chance to go for 5 bulwarks. Usually it's very hard, I think, to find 5 bulwarks early mid-game. Or it can be very hard. But with the Ranger, it feels like 10 times easier. Because usually you can find 4 bulwarks very fast, but 5 can be a struggle sometimes. And then also to fit 5 in there, it's so much easier if you have the Ranger be one of them, and you only need to fit 4 bulwarks in. And can still have this Flesh, for example, right here. Which is great to have a little bit of damage in the backhand. With all those tankiness that the bulwarks provide. Alright, we're doing the bulwark shuffle. I like the positioning right here. The squishier ones on the outside, the tanky ones on the inside. Enemy has an Axon, has a really strong team here from Texan. That's why Sota wants to keep his win streak up, wants to keep his HP up, and pushes here versus his guildmate to level 6, brings in a second Flesh, and hopes that this will be enough to go to a 5th win. It is looking decently good for Sota right here. He has still very healthy frontline units. Here comes some more lasers from the Fleeches. But now he's running out of steam. Frontline is dead, and this will be a loss for Sota. And this means, yeah, he tried, but in the end, he didn't lose too much income. So it was a nice attempt, right? Pushing for level 6, it was the right decision to make. He still is on 60 gold, and he had a better chance of maintaining his win streak. Talking about the win streak, let's go over to Texan and see how he's doing. This is one of my favorites from the round 4 where we spectated him picking the Earth Bulwark weapon. I think one of the most consistent weapons in the game. In general, Bulwark weapons I think are very consistent, very strong. But Earth, it feels like you have... I don't know, Granite is just so strong. I don't know why, but Granite is just killing it. If you find an emblem and then a Goliath and go for Granite, it's huge. And then maybe a Colossus on top for the Ranger or some crazy stuff, like, I don't know. He's definitely going slowly for level 7. He's for 7 Earth, and he's pushing his levels slowly but consistently. He's not really rolling too much. He's playing for raw value, for raw power on the board. And he's not gambling in the last game of the finals with rerolls right here in the early game, which is always very risky, right? Because a reroll doesn't give you guaranteed value. So there's a lot of risk attached every time you reroll. Obviously, you can mitigate that risk if you know, hey, I'm the only one on level 5, or I'm on level 5, I'm looking for stage 1 units. So I have like, oh, I don't know what it is, like a 48% chance of finding them. Nobody else contests those units. It's a game of chance in the end in Auto Battler. There's a lot of poker pros who come to become Auto Battler pros. And yeah, you can increase your chances, but a level up is a guaranteed value gain. There's guaranteed is going to be another unit on the board, which is going to push your power level. Sometimes, by a little amount, if you push up and then you get, I don't know, something in that doesn't really make a difference. Kind of can be this trap you put yourself in, right? You just think, oh, guaranteed value, I level up, but then you don't really get much value out of it because the new unit doesn't provide much for your team, but yeah. Enough ranting. Texan already out? Oh, that was last game. Don't scare me like that. Yeah, Texan went first and last, I think, or something like this. Both Texan and Lemko. They won a game and then they performed really poorly in the second game. Which I love to see, right? This is a very, very close match right here. I think we have a disconnect on Texan. He's gonna be back in a few seconds. Gonna swap over to Sota, who is building another win streak, is he? Goes for the nature emblem. Interesting choice. No, he is on a 2-game lose streak. But he has sustained his maximum income above 70. So he's definitely looking good. Because, as you can see, Brightland Steps, you start with 130 HP. He's still on 112 HP in the 13th round. So those 30 HP really make a difference. And you really can play it slow and really should focus on getting to 70 gold as fast as possible, which is the maximum amount of income. 1 gold per... I say gold, but it's credit, but you know what I mean. 1 credit income per 10 credits saved. So if you have 70 credits in the bank, you get 7 credits income. Easy math, easy money. This is looking tough for Sota yet again. But he finally takes down that Axon. And I think he will pull through versus Wolverine right here in second position. And now in the late game, we're gonna get to a point in the game where losing will do a lot more damage. We will see this will do more than... It only did 10 damage because there were only 3 Luvials left alive and a Ranger. But those numbers will go down very much faster now. And all this Brightland Stabs bonus is gone now, pretty much. Plus, the game has ramped up to the mid-late game. Which we can also see with Nareba right here, who has 1, 2, 3 big stage 3 units. Let's spectate him for a second. Alright, I gotta text him again. You gotta fix that. Alright, let's hope it comes online very soon. Until then, I'm gonna watch someone else and see how everybody's doing. 7 Earth, 2 Granite. So we have 2 Granite players right here, 2 Earth players, and they're facing off against each other right now, I think. Maybe we have 3 Earth players. We have Not Complain and I'm a Fishy. I'm a Fishy has the C4us, but Not Complain has the level 7. Who's gonna win here? Big cast from the Scarabog, canceling the C4's cast, which would have done so much damage. But yeah, 7 Earth versus 7 Earth. Nobody's doing damage except the C4's with a big burst damage every time it casts. Also, we have already a Gorilla here for I'm a Fishy, which is also a decent win condition. Gorilla can just one-shot backline units, has a really good backline access, so yeah. That is looking very good as well for I'm a Fishy. But I need some in-game sound, so let's keep swapping. Carousel, nobody takes the water. Yeah, water is definitely not a big boost compared to completing a full item. Water is a decent trade, but any item will give you more value usually, except for if you're going for like 8 water or something crazy like that. We are watching Sota, right? I cannot believe it's Sota. So much has changed in the last few rounds where we didn't spectate him. We're still playing 5 Bulwarks. But now we have 2 Harbingers and 2 Scions. Flish is the main carry with 3 Augments. Which kind of makes sense. Flish has the most consistent damage. The Lynx is very much hit or miss. Sorry, I gotta get a water. I forgot about that. All right. All right, let's see a preview from Nareba. Let's see if we can load into it. But hey, he's trying. I give him the benefit of the doubt. Just sad for us. I would love to see it. Texan is back after the disconnect. Push to level 7 right here. 3 Earth. Not going for 7 Earth, it seems like. Sees that it's contested enough. And looks like he's going for the Empath Bulwark build. Which kind of has the win condition. Ooh, that was a quick choice. If he goes for Empath Bulwarks, the win condition is kind of finding that Colossus Ranger. Like finding another Colossus unit. Getting Colossus activated on the Ranger. And then just having a bunch of Empaths to back up those Colossus. Playing the sustain game. In the mid game, usually the sustain game is not really strong yet. But it seems like it might be enough here. Yes, sir. One big heal. Very close match. Everybody is low, but nothing is willing to die on the side of Texan. And Texan seems like he was able to sustain his way into round number 17. This is very satisfying to play. And very annoying to play against. Just the units won't die and they keep healing themselves up. That's what great games are designed, right? Like, you can see a great game's design if it feels extremely good to win and extremely bad to lose. I think this is a characteristic that many people can see, for example, in League of Legends. And yeah. To a point where, I don't want to talk about this game now, but to a point where sometimes I still play with my friends. Once a week, once a month. But if you lose, it feels like you just wasted so much time. And it was, I don't know, it shouldn't feel too punishing if you lose, I think. There is there is a line to be drawn at one point, and League didn't draw it. And that's the good thing, by the way, about auto battlers. Because even if you don't win, you still don't lose. You still second, third, and fourth place is still winning. There's 4 winners. And then 5th place is still like not a big loss, so it doesn't feel so bad. It's only really last place that really feels bad, and it should feel bad. But there's a lot of like participation rewards, which make it a bit less punishing, I would say. Full reposition, full redo of all the augments, and we have 16 seconds on the clock and almost 16 augments to go. And he's still working on the repositions. I don't think there's gonna be enough time. Let's see it play out. Yep. Let's go. Let's go. Smack him on. I just see myself right there in there. This is beautiful positioning, by the way, for the Ranger. I love how he left a little hallway there for the Ranger to walk out. Sometimes you could argue positioning is even better than augments, but definitely, ideally, you would want to have both. And with 1, 2, 3, 4 augments missing, 2 of them are nature, so it's not that bad. But those 2 augments really hurt him. And now it's gonna really hurt him if Sota barely loses, and he knows with those augments he might have actually won it. Which seems like to be the case. That's what it is. You live and you learn. Or in my case, you just live. You don't learn from that. This keeps happening to me way too many times. Okay, who should we spectate? Who's on a win streak? We got Nareba. Yo, don't play good in the tournament and your stream isn't working. This is a deadly combination for me. I keep falling into this trap of clicking onto his stream. Quick look what I'm a Fish is doing. He got 2 mud, 2 granite, 7 earth. The main carries RC, Forest, and the Gorilla. He brought in a Squiz, which is surprising. I guess it's a placeholder until he finds a Sinalf, which would give him Invoker. Oh, he already has 2 Invoker. He has the Invoker emblem, I guess. And there is already the Alfie. So he's just playing 4 Scion, I guess. Interesting choice. Let's see if it works out for him. It doesn't look like it right now. Haas right here, playing again the Rogues, but this time with also some air units. He's playing like a mix between Rogues and Airs. And it seems to be going pretty good for him. Decent HP. Decent win here, it looks like, versus Fishy. But Fishy's still holding strong with this Gorilla. Definitely a close one. 2 more casts. Gonna finish it off. But this could have gone either way. He does have 50 gold though. He's down to 55 health though. Wow. Hey, Brightland Steps really feels a lot longer, eh? There's nobody's below 50 HP though. HP yet. The thing though is we are in a very high stage already, a very high late stage of the game, which means players take a lot of damage. So it's gonna still take a little bit, but very soon I think the first people are gonna be dropping out, and I'm a Fishy right here wants to stabilize very soon. He doesn't want to. If he loses 2 more rounds, he's on his last life. If he loses 2 rounds really badly, he could lose after 2 as well. All right, let's swap over to Sota, see how he's doing. He's also in the bottom with 69 health. Mayar Azimi, thank you, man. Welcome, brother. Can't wait for spectator mode. Yeah, me too. Really excited for that. But we make it work. It's not the best quality, but I hope everybody can see what's going on. Big enemy Octius cast. 1 more coming in. No, he got stunned out of it. Oh, that's the shock damage. Right? Oof. Shock is doing so much work. Oof. How many shock units does he have? Probably 4, right? Nareba, I want to see your team. We're going to keep spectating his enemy. We're going to find out. Because I think it's 4 shock with the Ray Lee, the TB Ruku, the Squiz, and the Ranger. And 4 shock is deadly. Paired up with a Gyro and a Kukurev. Giving you Enchanter. Rake in there as well. 6 air for sure. Let's find Nareva. If he doesn't want to let me spectate, I'm gonna make it happen in a different way. Who's playing him? There we go. I'm a Fishy versus Nareva. Duel of the Giants. Interesting positioning here. Alfie is gonna... Oof, never mind. Okay. We got the invulnerable Granite Sea Forest tanking. 3 units right here. Successfully as well. Gets a cast out. Gets another cast out. That's enough. That's as much as you can hope for. But Nareva, with the 4 shock, doing so much work. Shock is one of my worst synergies that I want to play against. It feels so strong. You can't really play around it. It's just triggering every few seconds. It's just grinding you down. All right, I'm a Fishy down to maybe his last life here, since we're very late into the game. And this is the final game. Almost everyone has a good chance of making it and winning the game. If they win this finals right here, we can quickly check out the scores. So basically, not complain. No, they can't win with a second. Everybody, I think, needs a win to win like to guarantee the win of the tournament. You need to win this last round. And I'm still rooting for Soto, by the way. Let's see how he's doing. We got a bunch of really good augments here. We got Fighter, we got Empath, we got a bunch of tier 5 units, which basically just gives you 5 gold next to an emblem. We got the Synalf right here for Sota. He's definitely gonna be happy about that. Stacking Omega Power. I'm not sure. Stacking Omega Power, especially because he has 2 of them. This means if the game goes into the late, like if a match goes into the later stages, 40 seconds or whatever, this guy one-shots everything. But if he manages to drag a game into the late stage, this guy, his team already is performing really well if a round lasts long. So I think he shouldn't double down on being good in a long round, and instead of that, give some more fast augments like the other one that he had. Like the energy game augment, I think would have been a little bit better. It feels like he not only doubled down, but tripled down on winning long fights, which he did anyway. Oof. Oof, that is so rough. He had to go for Verdant. He does have a Verdant ready here, so he doesn't actually mind, giving him 6 Bulwark and Verdant. But the other choices were so good as well. He got Colossus and Mystic. All the other guys would kill for Colossus and Mystic, or some of them at least. Sota versus I'm a Fishy. I'm a Fishy, hopefully, has pushed all his money now on the board, because he's on pretty much his last life. C4's in the front line. Doesn't really care about the threat of this Scoriox. Nice spread out here, but he didn't really spread out the right way, because this Synalf is still gonna hit the score, the Furiox. That's pretty bad. Also, the Octius, the main carry, is going to get targeted. Didn't really matter though. Didn't matter. The gorilla couldn't take down... Well, yeah, it did. Alright, it did. It did. Is it enough though? Is it enough? It feels like those bulwarks... No, here comes a big Sinnoh laser. Kind of sealing the deal here for Sota. In the end, a pretty big lose. Taking him down to 33 HP. And I think most of all, it was a positioning mistake. A positioning error. You should have played maybe both corners. And then provide some tanks there to catch the gorilla. But right now, the Sinnoh was targeting the score at the Furiox. And the gorilla was targeting the Octius. So kind of the worst case scenario. That being said, it's really hard to position versus what he was facing. A gorilla and a Sinnoh. You cannot go in the corner. The gorilla is gonna find you anyway. Like, it's tough. I think in my head I would have tried maybe 2 corner positionings at the same time. So Sinnoh goes for one and then you still have the other one. And you just... I don't know. Here comes the Scoriox. Hopefully we see also a little bit of a redo for the augments. We shouldn't triple down on this Octius, I think. Just give one of those stacking augments to Scoriox. So if one of them stays alive till the late game, you win the game. And don't put all your eggs in one basket with the Octius. Here though, he's not in too much danger, so he can just double down onto one unit, I think, versus this sustain composition from Texan. Which I don't think he can sustain a Scoriox. It only has one augment. And it gets stunned. Here comes also the Octius cast, but there is so much damage on the side of Sota. With the 5 Scions here. There's a lot of sustain on the side of Texan as well, though. This is gonna be a tough one. Here comes one more Octius cast to seal the deal. Well played, Sota. He is holding on. He is not going down without a fight. He's fighting for 6th or 7th place. And if he wins... Wait, if he wins, he gets 8 points. It's gonna be hard for him to get 7th place. But I'm rooting for him. Win it anyway, Sota. Get that clutch 7th place. Or just show everybody what you could have done if you weren't unlucky in the first 2 rounds. Until then, wow, I want to see that actually. Sota versus Huss right here. A classic, well, not so classic, but a 5 Bulwark, 5 Scion, 2 Harbinger. Versus a Rampfire, a Monarch. Oh my god. I don't really know whether there's a squeeze in there. I guess just to get 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's 6 air. It's 6 air with Inferno Phantom. What a crazy team Ola Huss has made here. Really nice reposition from Sota. He was able to save his Sinnoh. That's as much as you can ask for. I like the positioning a lot. Scoriox is also safe from the Rampfight Omega if it's gonna cast there. It does a sidestep though. Might now be in range to also hit the Scoriox. No, a really good positioning here from Sota, but it just does not make a difference. Has found Exodia, and if you find a tier 5 stage 3 Rampfire and a tier 4 stage 3 Monarch, which have the same synergy, so you're also activating Inferno plus Phantom with them, you are in for a good time. And for a long time, because this is not gonna lose anytime soon, I believe. This is just such good units that will, I would almost say, guarantee Haas here top 4. And I would be surprised to see anyone taking him down without also having like some crazy tier 5 stage 3 units like a Titan or a Phosphorus. Can we follow Haas around? He's right there. Alright, not the best quality, but also not the worst. It's very fluid. Good enough for me. I was never a big fan of the huge graphics. He found the Jokul to find another big upgrade here. Another big stage 3. Pretty crazy to witness. And he's up versus I'm a Fishy, who has definitely a better string quality. All right, let's see it. Like I said, I think I'm a Fishy is gonna get wrecked here, but I'm a Fishy actually found a dual F. Oh my god. Using his... That's tough. Using his C4s to tank. Oh, and he also got taunted or something out of his cast. Here comes one cast at least. But yeah, C4s had a tough time here. Dual F also having a bit of a tough time. Dual F getting one more cast though. Probably gonna kill this Choco Louis. So tanky that it's not even funny anymore. And sadly, Ama Fishy is gonna take damage, but not enough damage to kill him. He's gonna be left with 7 HP. Sota on 15, both on their last lives. We got Nareba on 32. Taxon on 33. And everybody falling quite low on their HP. It's very, very, very close match here in the third game of the Phantom Gauntlet Clash number 13. Third and final game of the Grand Finals. Best of 3. Everybody very close together in points. So whoever wins this game, I think will win the tournament. But we're going to check out the scores afterwards. When I'm releasing my Beyond Plus game, I have released it to the community as a private alpha already a few days ago. So if you... Wait, let me actually post some codes in the chat. Opa, sorry. Wait, what happened? There you go. It's not released, right? But it's on Epic Game Store. It's coming soon, which I just love to see. And we have released some alpha tester codes. So people can now test the game. Tell me what they love about it. Tell me what they hate about it. Please be very honest. We need good feedback to improve the game. And yeah, I'm really, really happy that I finally am able to show you guys what I've been working on. Here is 5 different keys. Oh my god. Well, I hope you can figure it out. They're all in one. So on YouTube, if you come to YouTube, there is a private alpha tester key, and you can redeem that on the Epic Games Store. I'm trying to structure them a little bit better. So yeah, please use those keys to get the game on the Epic Games Store. Play the game and let me know what you think. I'm really keen to hear any input. Maybe you have played a lot of card games and give me that input. Maybe it's your first card game ever. That's really valuable input. Like any, if you're a pro player, a noob, a beginner, a kid, a grandpa, like any input is very, very welcome and very, very needed and appreciated. So thank you very much for playtesting the game. Again, in the YouTube chat, you can find the keys to test the game. You can redeem them on the Epic Games Store. GG's. Alright, let's finish now watching this game and see how it's going to turn out. This is going to be a very interesting round right here. Sota on his last life versus Nareba, who found an Umber as well. Are you kidding me? This is not even fair anymore. The two guys from Ola are looking crazy good. Both playing a little bit around rogues, but not too much. One of them playing Nareba right here, playing 4 shock. But it's looking not so good for him. Here comes another Umber cast, taking down the Scoriox. But it seems like Sota is too tanky. And there's still 2 big damage dealers alive. Let's see if the Umber will ever die. It did stack up some self-heal, and it just can sustain itself forever. Sota, oh my god, Sota took what? How much damage? Exactly 15? He must be on 0 now, no? I thought he would survive. -4, okay. We are in round number 28, so the damage has ramped up by now, and people are taking a lot of damage. We have Wolverine in 6th place, Sota in 7th, and Lamco in 8th place. Well played, guys. Lamco is really playing to win. Either he win, like he goes all out. Either it's a win, it's a 1st or 8th. I like that playstyle. But definitely a bit harder in tournaments. if you go, either you win it all or you lose it all. He did one time first place and I think two times last place or something like that. Nice to see. Well played, definitely. All of you. Sota as well. Sota is gonna lock in last place for this tournament, which is not really last place because it is 8th place in this tournament. Just last place in the finals. And 8th place in this tournament is huge, brings you into the money, and I saw you, brother. You played amazing. As did everybody in here. Definitely super tough competitions. These are some of the best, if not the best players in the game. It's definitely a too small sample size to really say, hey, these are the best players in the game. You would need a 128 player tournament with a 10-game Swiss or something where you can really figure it out over many days. And hopefully that's an event that we're gonna get later in the year with our big Illuvium tournament scene. We're right now working on the structure, on the format, and hopefully very soon we can release to the community all the plans that Illuvium has planned for the competitive scene, bringing you guys huge championship. This is looking decently for Texan. He's taking down some core units. This Umber is just a problem, and especially this drone augment right here, which every time you kill a unit you get stacking attack damage plus omnivamp, and Umber easily takes down units and therefore easily stacks up damage and lifesteal, and therefore every time he casts he heals himself so much. But now it seems like there's a heal debuff. Can he win this 3-on-4 again? 1-on-4 with the overtime, able to take him down. Texan right here holding on to his dear life and is now on, or is still on 9 health. Nareba is now on 10 health. Amafishi gets knocked out in 5th place. Well played as well. Okay, he's gonna push for one more Ploto, one more Heli right here to find the Ploto. Might gonna be able to find it later. Still really like this positioning, by the way, from Texan, where he has this little hallway for his ranger to come out. Genius, I think. He has the Blaze Knight. This Ploto would bring him such a huge bonus. Just because it's a great unit itself, but also because it's gonna give you Aegis. Really nice positioning against the rogues. Granites in the back. Really good corner positioning here. Very solid, but there is the ram fight. The Ramfire. And it has Phantom activated. It has Inferno activated. It's gonna get its first cast out in a second. Here it comes. Yikes. But now it's dead. And we're gonna heal back up here. Sota, I'm rooting for you. Sorry, Texan, I'm rooting for you. I think it's always cool to see someone come back with 9 HP. Easy win right here. It was super close though. Haas is gonna stay in game. It's not gonna take 38 damage, but he's down to his last life as well. Everyone except Not Complain is down to their last life. This is a very exciting top 4. I can't believe what I'm seeing. 9, 10, 14, 17. He also lost Not Complain right here. Every single player is now down to their last life, which means every round now could be the last. Well, no, it can't be. We have at least 2 more rounds here. He found this Ploto. Huge boost for Texan. Let's see if he's gonna utilize Aegis. Definitely utilizing the triple Aegis with the Ranger plus the Arcos being next to the Blaze Knight. Yeah, everybody's buffing the Blaze Knight, which is his core unit, his core damage dealer. And this is the unit what makes this setup work with the 5 bulwarks and the empaths. Just sustain, right? Just holding on, but then you have this Blaze Knight empath, which does so much damage, especially with Wildfire activated as well. It also has Toxic, which I'm not sure why we have that in the corner back here, but whatever. I think that would be way better on a Ploto. And then you can give maybe... yeah, whatever. It's not a big deal. I think Texan right here hit the jackpot. I don't think there's much that can take him down anymore. Look at that. He's just not getting damage, right? If you don't have those invokers maybe that can burst through this. If you don't have... I don't even know what would work. I think invokers like a dual F could work here. That's the natural counter to this setup. But everything else will just not have enough damage. And also on the side of Not Complain, he has a lot of sustain, but Texan has a little bit more, it seems like. It gets very close though. Actually, Texan got taken down. Not Complain wins versus Texan and wins the... Doesn't win the whole thing. This was so close. I think Texan was going strong till the end, but then the Adorator was still alive for Not Complain. And with the stacking, double stacking Omega power on the Adorator, he was able to just out-sustain in the overtime. Just out-heal Texan in the end. Look at that. Look at the damage done here. 12,000, 14,000, 10,000. I want to see the healing done, man. Oh my god. Not Complain, coming in clutch in the first tournament that I see him compete in. He's now on the way to maybe winning this whole thing. Nareba is the second guy. And then we got Haas in third and Hype Texan in fourth place. There's a little interface bug right here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, let's go over to... Nareba doesn't work, right? Nah. Maybe some of the other guys is spectating him. That would be nice right now. Wait, Not Complain here. Oh, there we go. We're seeing it. It's a PvE round anyway. That's why Texan is not seeing it. All right. My bad, my bad. I was spectating the wrong guy. I was scared we're getting cheated out of our last round. All right. Final round in the final match of the grand finals. It is Nareba versus Not Complain. And it is huge 7 Earth sustain with Mystics versus Rogue 7 Air 6 Air Rogues with the Gyro, with the Umber as his main damage dealer. And we see Not Complain finds the Aureus in the last second, and in the last round gets 4 Mystic, I think, going. No, 3 Mystic we have now. The Ranger cannot be one. Absolute insane compositions. That's what you get in the Brightland Steps map. Also finds the Goliath, finds everything he needs in the end. And this is going to be an interesting one. Can Umber stack up his Omnivamp? Can Umber stack up his damage? And finally put an end to Not Complain's heal streak right here. Or will it not be enough and Not Complain will be able to heal enough to win this tournament? I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my mind. It is looking pretty equal right now. Umber is doing a good job. And a lot of units have already died on Not Complain's side, but he still has some core units left. There is a Malura who tanks the core units of Nareba right here. But Umber is still casting strong. Gets another one out very soon, but it looks like Not Complain is going to take this win right here versus Nareba. So we have Not Complain in first, Nareba in second, Haas in third, Tex in fourth, Hamafishi in fifth, Wolverine in sixth, Sota in seventh, and Lemko in eighth place for this round. Let's check out the scoreboard because I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work out in the scoreboard. Not Complain was on 11 points and then settles it. With this win, he is going to take home victory. Not Complain, I think, might have been his first big tournament showing, and he takes home first place right away. Huge, huge win. Big congratulations. Well played. GG's. All right, let's fill them out really fast together. Maybe we have a screenshot. Wait, there's still the summary. Oh. Okay, somebody took a screenshot already. All right, doing it myself then. Beautiful. All right, I wanna see you got second and third and everything. Here's the sheet. There's some ties going on. All right. Resume. Break die, it doesn't matter. I'm not 100%. It's the first time we're using this. We can do it ourselves, actually. It shouldn't be too hard to figure it out ourselves. All right, we got Not Complain winning the whole thing. Then we got Nareba getting 7 points, which means he's second place. GG's, well played. For third place, we got Haas here. Haas is gonna take home 15 points. 15 for Haas. Sorry guys, bear with me for 1 second. 15 for us. We're almost gonna be done here. Just gonna finish up the scores. And then we're gonna check. Alright, almost done. Just gonna finish up the scores. Gonna take a second, guys. Let's go into a quick. I'm too nervous here doing my math in front of everyone. Quick ad break. I'm gonna be back with the final scores, but we know already GG's, Not Complain, first place, and Nareba, second place.
Come with me,
Illuvium was always more than a dream.
and you'll be
It was our calling.
in a world of pure imagination.
If only they knew the truth.
Scans indicate a dead planet.
But I can feel it. This is Illuvium.
Find me, child,
Activate scouting vessel.
and show our people who you truly are.
She won't decide our fate.
Forgot to charge again, huh? He only just landed.
Will you retreat to safety, chasing paradise? Or will you follow me and fulfill your purpose?
We'll find her soon. There's no way off this silent.
All we do is blindly follow orders. I need to know how this ends.
Enter a universe of games. Mine and harvest resources that power your journey. Customize your unique ranger.
Oh, I was muted. Sorry for that. A classic. Gotta make the classic happen as well. You didn't miss much. So basically, this is the final order, the final ranking. Not Complaining first, Noriba in second, Texan in third, Haas in fourth, Wolverine in fifth, Amafishi in sixth, Lemko in seventh, and Sota in eighth. We had 2 tiebreakers, and they were decided by best match performance in the best of 3. Don't speak good English. I'm down to try it anyway if you want to try it. And yeah, otherwise we're gonna call it very soon. It would not be a text interview though. I'm still muted. Hello, Not Complain. Congratulations on winning the tournament.
Hello, hello. Thank you, bro.
Very cool. Is it your first Illuvium tournament?
Big one. Actually, I played one last week too. That was big, but it's like my second one. This.
So cool, man. I love to see it. The new names in the tournament, and then you take home the victory right away. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, actually, I started to play like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Furious. Yeah, I'm friend of Furious, and he invited me to play, and I already played this game in the other mode 1v1. I think you remember.
Oh yeah, Ascendant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played a bit, but just dropped the Illuvium and back now 3 weeks ago, and I really
Super.
like this new mode Gauntlet.
That's cool, man. You must have been experienced in other auto battlers like TFT or Dota Underlords, maybe.
No.
Oh no.
Actually, I play competitive in X Infinite.
Oh, cool. All right. It's also like similar.
It's a card game, so it's a bit
Okay.
similar. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm sure we're gonna see a lot more of you. And yeah, congratulations, man.
I hope so.
Yeah, for sure. The big tournament scene is just starting up. This is all a warm up, the grassroots tournament. So yeah, I'm gonna see you again on the big stage. I hope. Congratulations, man.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
All right, and with that, we're gonna close it. That's it. That's impressive, huh? A non-auto battler player, just a very smart guy, and just played for 3 weeks. Sounds a bit like a freaking Supermind. And yeah, we're gonna hear more of him. It was a little bit of a short interview because I gotta get going as well. Thank you everybody for viewing. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. There's more of this to come. Check out Illuvium. Check out my channels if you want, and check out Dronestone, the game that I've been working on. I'm gonna post again the Discord link in the YouTube chat right now, and I will see you very, very soon. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. Peace out.